Hi, welcome to part 2. If you saw the previous video, you know why I'm starting at Elham. We're going to go from Elham down through Lyminge, down through Lyminge and Etchinghill, and then down into Folkestone, Cheriton High Street. That's where we're going to go. So come along. It's still a country run, so the hazards will be agricultural traffic. If you saw my last video, cyclists, blind bends, that kind of shenanigans, all the stuff we're getting used to now. I'll shout out the hazards, you'll get your little squares, yellow and red. I went for it, but the car didn't slow down. Was I wrong? Should I have waited? There was plenty of room, wasn't there? So Elham is a 30-mile-an-hour zone from the village, out of the village, until you get to the national speed limit sign. The camera just dropped off the windscreen. I hope it doesn't happen again, because that's how I broke the gimbal on it. I say broke, it's all a bit stiff. So we're in the national speed limit zone, currently doing 40. There's quite a few bends in the road, so, you know, I'm not in a McLaren what do they call them, an F1 M1. I'm not in a Porsche. I'm not sure my Volvo will hug the corners if I do 60 miles an hour. Sort my collar out. I'm looking like Harry Hill these days. Blind bend into Ottinge. Road narrows, and it seriously does narrow, this road. It narrows about where that fence is. Blind junction ahead, 180 yards. So we got a crossroads. Blind junction means if someone's coming out, they're edging out because they can't see. So by the time you approach them, half their car is out the road and they still can't see. So you've got to be prepared for that and let them out. You know, don't shout at them because they're halfway out the road. We've all done it, trying to get out of a junction when you can't see. It's so awkward. Quite a narrow road, but enough for 2 vehicles. Into Lyminge, Kent Downs, the heart of the countryside. It's rather nice. Avenue of trees. Who doesn't love an avenue of trees? With the way the sun casts through. Into a 30 zone. Better drop the speed down from 40. Cyclist straight out into the road. More cyclists, but he stopped. So I've got to get past this cyclist, so I've got to be aware that there may be traffic. Can I do it before the parked cars? Yes, I can. Car at junction, road narrows, junction on the right. Car coming out of junction, turning his left, so not crossing in my path. Blind bend. Cars on my right, on my side of the road. So I've got to come out to pass them. Nothing behind me. Here comes a car. Got pedestrians on my side of the road with their back to me. Could present a problem if they walk out. This is the village of Lyminge. Chevrons, so quite a tight bend. They must have had a station here once, judging by how built up this is. Semi-detached houses. And I was talking in my previous video about the old train line from Canterbury to Folkestone through Elham Valley. So they would have had a station here. Zebra crossing, nobody waiting, so that's cool. to a national speed limit. Let's crank it up. Let's try and save some time. We can do 60. Runner with dog. Nice verge separating the footpath. Cyclist. Quite a few cyclists ahead. I might have to find a convenient gap to get past them. They're on the crest of the hill. Gosh, can I see anything coming? I can't see, so I can't pull out just in case. Kind of take the chances. Good, it's all clear. That's tricky, trying to pass the cyclist, but you can't see if there's anything coming. And the impatience builds it up that you want to get past. They're only doing 10 miles an hour. I'll indicate past this one. I'm wondering where that car's going out the junction. He's turned right. Etchinghill. Please drive carefully through our village. We shall drive carefully. Bird of prey. If my camera picks it up, hovering over the side of the road. It's seen some lunch. Blind Bend. Now I know there's one car ahead of me. Just about see it. So I've got lots of blind bends. What I'm anticipating is that car stops. And imagine if it stops on a bend that I can't see and I'm racing round. You don't want none of that. Into a 30 zone, get the speed down. Pedestrian crossing, Jeep coming out on my side of the road. 3 cars. The Ford is waiting for me, so that's cool. Thank you. Didn't acknowledge my thanks, but that's the way of the world. Cars parked on my side of the road. Guy getting in. No, I can't. Car coming. Saw that car past the traffic. There's enough room for 2 cars now. It was difficult to judge that from a distance, but once I was there I could see there was enough room for 2 cars. National speed limit. Funny they put the speed limit just before a garage. Blind bends. Says slow in the road. This is what I call Little Switzerland, this little road. And look at that hill. I cannot chance getting past the cyclist on a blind bend like that. Soon enough be past it. He's going to crank up his gears so that I can't get past. I like this road. It's kind of like a little Swiss Alps. Let's go for it. We've got the power. There's a song in there somewhere, isn't there? Yeah, they're doing their trial runs, probably from Barham all the way to Etchinghill. There must have been quite a few off-road accidents because they've got these barriers up now. Whee! It's like a go-kart track, isn't it? The sign says frogs in the road. Read it. How am I going to see a frog? It's going to look like a leaf, isn't it? I don't know what the etiquette is. You know, should we be looking out for that kind of wildlife? If they're on the road, they've more or less bought it, haven't they? It's not like I'm driving into the pond and then running them over. Cyclist and car. nearly at the end here. Right, I want to go left on the roundabout, so I will indicate as I'm approaching. Looks like those two cars are not indicating. The Rav wants to go left, but he should indicate. Fiat didn't indicate, Kia didn't indicate. The learner driver did indicate, but that's indicative of what he's trying to achieve, trying to learn to drive. Beamer and Rav didn't indicate. A whole ton of raspberries from me. Oh, let's go out in the car. I don't know how to drive, but it could be alright. Yes, one of my pet hates, people that don't indicate. People that don't move over to the left on dual carriageways or motorways. People that don't acknowledge when you're courteous to them. The list goes on and on and on. See, that's sensible. He's indicating because he's going into a junction. But you're not excluded on a roundabout. A roundabout is a junction. It just has more give-way priority because of its circular shape. It's still a junction. If they took the roundabout away and made it a crossroads, you'd indicate left, right? If you were going left. I don't know. Coughing fit. I shall have edited that sound out. Sign says roads may be slippery. 40 mile an hour zone. We're doing 40. Approaching a roundabout. I want to take the second exit, so I won't indicate on, but I will indicate off. What will I do? That's right. The lines, although they're not painted, it's indicating that the left-hand lane is to go off onto the motorway, which the little Clio seems to be doing, and it's indicating. They're indicating, but they're in the lane that goes this way. Right, the Beamer's indicating off, the Fiesta's indicating off. It's all good news. And we arrive in Cheriton. And the traffic lights are red. So, oh no, they're changing. I thought that would cause me to stop. I think what I might do is just nip into the garage just on the left here and conclude the video. Give a little indicate. Checking. Oh, it's packed solid. Let's wind the video up here, shall we? Quite a few hazards there. Lots of cyclists. So I'll conclude the video. Thanks for watching and bearing with, and I will see you in another video. Bye for now, and drive with care.